Just give me a cup of water, please. Give me a cup of water, please. Hello, everyone. Hi, 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 hi. SimLoH Dynasty Inc. is in the house. And we are having conversations. Conversations. Let's do this. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Let's have some conversations today. I'm going to go out here and invite some folk. Y'all come on in the room. Come on in and get ready for this good old conversation that we're going to have with one of our special guests. Yes, sir. I'm so excited. If you missed my husband and I on Saturday, we celebrated 11 years of marriage. Woo woo! Some people didn't expect that I would be able to do it, but I did. Hey, nobody but the Lord. That's what he said. He was like, nobody but God. So, just come on in the room and invite some people. Invite. This conversation today is going to be great. Of course, we are always going to discuss trauma, but we're going to always end with the resilient story. Thank you, baby. Had to get my water. Y'all see this? It said Age to Perfection, 1971. That's that big 50. Yes, yes, yes. Come on in. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. I can see your comments. SimLoH Dynasty Inc. is in the house, and we are having conversations today. Y'all know I like doing pop-ups. I used to go out, and I will start back soon this summer, where we go out into the community and we do villager pop-ups. And the villager pop-ups means we're getting together and we're networking. We're having parenting classes. We network when it comes to nonprofits and businesses getting together to provide resources for our children, our husbands, our wives, the family. Okay, we're trying to reestablish the village. So villagers get together at the villagers pop-up. Okay, the SimLoH Dynasty Villagers pop-up. So we are popping up today. Okay, tonight. It's 8 o'clock here in Georgia. I don't know where you are, but give me a comment. Let me know where you are. And I promise this is going to be a great show. All right. So come on in for the conversations. And again, invite someone. SimLoH Dynasty Inc. is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And our goal is to bring awareness to ACEs. What is ACEs? Adverse childhood experiences. That is trauma that a child has received between the ages of 0 to 18 years of age. 0. Y'all know what 0 means? Meaning in the womb. We can cause trauma to a child in the womb. Okay? And the womb is supposed to be a safe place for our babies. All right? In my book, Get Out, I talk about the womb, but not only in a biological sense. I talk about the womb as being the home, okay? The safe place, because everyone has not birthed a child. Some people are foster parents. I ended up taking care of my own sister at the age of 7. And so therefore I needed to provide a safe place, which was my home. And that represented the womb, like no issues really are supposed to be there. And sometimes you do have trauma when you're pregnant, but yet and still, how do we rectify it? How do we begin to heal? So, yeah. SimLoH Dynasty's goal is to bring awareness to these ACEs, to the traumas, but also we talk about how you can become resilient through it. All right. So I have a guest coming on today, and this is my sister, Juntyna Goodrum. They call her J Good. J Good. Woo! J Good is in the house. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello, Juntyna.
Hey, everybody.
What's going on?
Girl, I am blessed. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Thank you for being here, girl. Thank you for being here. See, one of the things we understand. Hello. Hey, what's up, Miss Reese? One of the things we got Chicago in the house. Hey, my hometown. All right, our hometown, right? And Juntyna is in
Ohio.
Is in Ohio. I am in Georgia. All right. And metropolitan area of Georgia. I'm not in Atlanta. Everybody think you moved to Georgia, you moved to Atlanta. I am in the country. All right. And I'm enjoying the country. All right. So, but my sister is here today because we want to talk about some traumas, but also, y'all, I can't wait till we get to the good part about talking about how resilient Juntyna has been. Juntyna, how old are you?
41.
41. Girl, you made over 40. Oh, we've been knowing each other. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, one of the things I like about my circles, my different circles, we all have different circles. You have inner circles, outer circles, rims, whatever. But one of the things I like about my circles is that you don't have to talk to them every day to feel like you've been talking. You know what I'm saying? Some people, and I say those catty folk who like, I ain't talked to them in about 10 years. Well, I don't have those kind of circles. I can call and say, look, hey girl, what's going on? And we talking like we never missed a beat. Okay.
Yep.
I don't remember the last time. Juntyna, when the last time we talked? Your wedding.
Maybe one of
How long you been married?
Well, you came. Well,
no. How long you been married now?
This one 5 years.
5 years. Okay. Well, yeah, I think I saw you somehow, somewhere, because I've been here 5 years, so it had to be right before I left or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Okay. And so, but the Lord put on my heart, and I was like, I need to call Juntyna. And I am grateful that Juntyna said yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, girl, I need you to tell your story. Because I have been following, and we can follow folk, but we don't really like let them know that, man, we following you and you're doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, oh my God, I know her story. So to see where she is today, and we're 10 years apart, okay? To see where she is today and what she's doing, when you know somebody's story, it's like, look, share, so someone else can be, delivered, okay, and know that there's hope. So, Juntyna, tell us something about yourself, girl.
Well, I am the oldest of 9 kids. I only have one biological son myself. I'm on my 3rd marriage. This better be the last one, Lo.
It's all right. It was for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like these 3 marriages really have something to do with, the trauma that we're going to be talking about and
okay,
my past and things like that. So
yes.
Looking in hindsight, I'm like, oh, okay, it's kind of making a little sense what's going on now.
Yes.
Or what
happened. Okay, where are you from?
So I was born and raised in Chicago on the South Side. Yep. I went to Calumet High School. I went to Chicago State University for college. That's it.
Okay, okay, all right. So we are here today to talk about y'all. Let me know if you out there. Hey, give us a comment. Tell us where you are. If you got questions, when I tell you, ask the question. Don't be ashamed because we are here really opening up ourselves so to help someone else. So I'm asking that, ask the question. There's no crazy question, as they used to say when we were little. There's no stupid question. There's no crazy question. And if you want to be helped, then, if we don't have the answers, we're going to try to find the answers. Okay. You can inbox me, all of that. So, okay, Jatan. So tell us a little bit about your trauma. Tell us your story. Like, yeah, tell us your trauma story.
All right. And it's so funny because when I was going through it, I really didn't look at it as trauma.
Right.
It's but as an adult, I'm like, dang, that was traumatic.
Yeah.
But, so I tell you guys, I was the oldest of 9 kids. My mother, who started having kids at 21, she was addicted to drugs and alcohol. And so, as far as us having a mom in our life, we really didn't have one because drugs and alcohol overpowered her being a mom at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then on top of that, we didn't have fathers either. So we're kind of migrating through, as kids, fending for ourselves. Um, Me, on the other hand, like I was the oldest of the 9, so I kind of lived with my great aunt who raised me. And in the beginning, all of us were together. Then we ended up getting separated. Um, and she was living somewhere else, and I was living over here and living over there. There was a lot of like neglect, and no one really said that they loved you and things like that. It was just very, like, I guess, lonely.
Mm-hmm.
As we got older, her drug use and her alcohol use got worse, and it ended in DCFS taking custody of my siblings. So we were all over the place. I remained where I was, but some siblings went here, some siblings went there, some siblings went there, and we were all over the place. And when we were all over the place, every week some person would come and pick us up, bring us together to see each other for an hour. Then we'll go back to our prospective places. And my mom, she tried to get herself together. We were in foster care and away from each other for about 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we came back together, the state did not give her the last 3 back because they were too young and they wanted to keep them with the foster parents. And my mom, I guess she felt some type of way, and that caused her to, even though she got the 6 back, it wasn't enough. Where she went heavily into drugs again, and at this time I was probably close to high school. Um, so as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, I'm now in a mother role where I'm trying to fill in the gaps for my mom that's absent, that's struggling with, her drugs, her alcohol, going and missing for days at a time,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. And for me, I don't know. I feel like, I've always had this spirit of helping people. So, I mean, when I saw my brothers and sisters in need, although I'm still a kid myself, I felt like I got to help them. So I was working and working and working. And yes, I started working at 12. I was working at a candy store making $60 a week.
Wow.
And I worked. So, I mean, I've been working for a long time, but I never worked honestly for myself for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I was always working to help, to help, to help, to help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's pretty much my trauma story as
Okay.
far as from my childhood.
Mm-hmm. So, when you said none of you all had fathers that you knew of, how many fathers?
So my mom had 9 kids, and there were 9 fathers. And I'm gonna say there was one father out of the 9 that did step up. So
Oh,
when we
okay.
were taken away from my mom, um, the one father did take the one sibling. Then the
Mm-hmm.
rest of us were kind of scattered around.
Mm-hmm. 9 fathers. But
Mm-hmm.
we look at that too, just dealing with the drug use. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Another thing, I don't know if you can speak on this. You just let me know if you can or cannot. But like, do you think or do you know of her having the same trauma growing up?
So I feel like she has similar trauma because her mom didn't raise her either.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not sure if she felt, a sense of neglect as well. It wasn't a stranger that raised her, it was a relative, but someone else raised her. She was put off on, someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not sure if that possibly could have had something to
To
do
do
with it.
with. And how
Hmm.
many siblings did she have?
So my mom, she also was one of nine. So her mom had
Mm-hmm.
9 kids with, I don't know if it's 9 daddies, but there are a bunch of them. So a lot of them did not have the same dads.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Also, you said that you stayed with your aunt. How old was she when you got with her?
So my aunt, it's so funny because me and my friends would joke all the time about this. We're like,
Mm-hmm.
man, she's been old our whole life. So by the time I knew who she was 70 already. So
Oh wow! So
she
you
was
didn't know her before you moved with her?
so I mean, I knew her. I just didn't know how old she was. But when I you know, got to know, around about
Mm-hmm.
age and stuff, it was about 70. But I did the math after we got off the phone, and when I was born, she was 64.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Wow!
She was
Wow!
already 64. And the thing is, she never had kids. So she took care of everybody's kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just something that I guess I'm pretty sure she offered, and everyone who had kids who I guess who didn't want them gave them to her.
Mm-hmm. 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 And another thing, what are the ages of your siblings? So people can
My,
kind of get a sense of knowing that, you said you were the oldest and you had to take care of kids starting at the age of 12. Between 12 and
mhm.
13, you started taking care of kids. So if it was 9 of y'all and we start subtracting, I mean, really, even
Yes.
one a year was 9 years of your 12. You know what I'm saying? So what were the age ranges?
Yeah, so I'm 41. The youngest one is maybe 23
Mm-hmm.
around now. So the first three of us were 3 years apart. Then the second group of three are 2 years apart. And then the last group of three is all 1 year apart.
The last group of three, they all 1 year apart.
Yep. So it's like
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Look, it's good that we can laugh at this and not cry. I mean, Jatan has been through it anyway, so and we still laughed because I'm telling you, Jatan, you handled this when we met. It was in 2000. No, were you at West Point
we,
then, or were we at the new? No,
we
you were
met in like 1998.
98. Okay, so we met in 1998, and it's like 1998. I was like 28. You
Yep.
were 18,
18.
19 years old.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you always just had it so together
You know
that,
what? I feel like that was a way, like people always think I'm just always happy because
yeah, I know.
that's how I um portray myself in public.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, oh my God, you are so happy. I'm always bubbly, which I was. But I don't know if that was a way to cover, you know,
mm-hmm,
the hurt and the pain and the trauma.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I get it. I get it.
Hmm.
I get it. It's again, that's why we're having these conversations, is because people, just because we walk around with a smile on our face, and y'all, I'm always with a big smile. So you'll never know what I'm ever going through unless I share my story. You know what I'm saying? And all stories are not um, meant to be told to everyone,
Hmm.
and you got to know what to share, but don't think that people are not going through because they're so happy go lucky. You know, a lot of people commit suicide and they were smiling every year all
Yep.
day. You know,
Yep.
just because you're not walking around sad, you know, it's almost like I got to the point where I was just like, you know what? I break too. I
Yep.
break too. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But some I believe that God blesses some people to be caregivers, to
Mm-hmm.
be strong enough. You know, for the word says he'll give you nothing that you can't bear. And I used to
Amen.
be like, really, Lord, I know you say I'm strong, but I am ready to break, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but for then, and what's so crazy is I worked in the system at that time. I literally would do sibling visits. That's what they called them back then. I don't know what they calling them now, but it was called sibling visits. And I used to drive around Chicago and pick up kids
Yep.
to meet in different places, McDonald's, the park, you know, and with other counselors and social workers, and we will all meet up so these kids could have visits. And it was the most heartbreaking thing, you
Yep.
know, to
Yep.
watch siblings who this was their only connect to their family.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Not, I mean, I have done a lot of sibling visits where there was no parent present.
Yeah.
So,
And there were several times where my mom didn't show, but we as
mhm,
kids was able to, um, communicate and see each other,
mhm,
um,
mhm,
even if she didn't show.
right.
Um, I talk about my mom's drug and alcohol abuse, but there was not like I guess physical abuse on me, but there was a lot of fighting, cursing, throwing, police cars coming, no food. I mean, when I think back now, like man, I can't believe we went through all that. And I must say, all my siblings, they are strong. We are all strong. Like we all made it.
Well, you know what? One of the things I know that you did when you, I don't know how you did it, you know, because we didn't realize that you just had so much on your plate. I know when I used to take kids to the Ozarks and everything, I knew you had a lot of kids, siblings. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh, okay. And I'd be like, look, bring them to time. Come on. But, you
Mm-hmm.
know, we were just
We
operating,
did. Yep.
knowing that we were sowing seeds, but yet because the goal was to get kids and take them to camp and show them something different, to minister to them, you know, and in some way make deposits, you know,
Yep.
positive
Yep. Yep.
deposits. And so um now that I've experienced that from the work side, you know, of knowing what happens and what goes on. Like I even tell my son, boy, 10 years old, you know how these sheltered kids now act, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because we give and give and give to them so much because of whatever traumas we experienced in back in the day. It's like, boy, I'll say every now and then, boy, this kid's taking care of kids
Yep.
at your age. You know, I used to have kids. And I said, get your sister, or if I'm trying to reach out, hi, what's up, lady? I'm trying to reach out to people and pick up a kid. The kid's sibling is saying, I got them. They five pulling on a 2-year-old up on their hip. You know what I'm saying? And it was
Yep.
just like, so when you're saying that you had your siblings and y'all used to get together, you were literally dealing with babies.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so when we used to go to camp, you know, I know you would have at least 6 of them, right? Because you
Yep.
raised 6 yourself, and the other
Mm-hmm.
3 stay with foster parents or what have you. But and now, do you have um, a connection with all your siblings?
So I have a connection with all of my siblings except one. The very last one, we still don't know where she is.
Mm-hmm.
So her family relocated and moved to another state. And the last three siblings that were adopted, the two that we do know about, we have communication with. The foster parent changed their names, but we know what their new names are. So we can't find the last one, and I'm convinced that that's not her name anymore, and we don't know what it is. So And that actually,
Wow.
it bothers me a little bit because I've written Dr. Phil. I've written a bunch of TV shows, like to
Wow.
see if someone can help us find her, because she's an adult now, and I'm sure that she probably would want to know about us. And I'm not sure, like she was like out the womb straight into the system, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure that she knows our name.
Even know that she has siblings. Wow. 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 Well, hey, keep fighting, because let me tell you, these people are finding out more and more. Now, how old would she be now? For the last three, how old would they be?
So I'm thinking she would probably be between 20, maybe 22, 23.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
you keep working, you
Mm-hmm.
know, eventually. One of the things about, I don't know nobody, not unless they gone. I don't know nobody though that's been in the system, or don't, even if they didn't know they were in the system, they just thought that was their biological parent. They eventually find out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They may not be, it may be older, but they find out.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yep.
I watch these shows all the time. Shout out to my tax lady, AC Conley. What's up, Angela?
Hi, Angela.
And so, yeah, I don't know, I get chills just, and I'm looking at you and I'm just like, man, amazing and resilient. When I tell you amazing and resilient, like I said, I was just learning some stuff, because I'm like, Juntyna, we're on the phone, like, man, what happened to A, B, C, or D, or what happened through these years and these times? You know what I'm saying? With you and your kid and your, I say your kids, but because like I
Mm-hmm.
raised my little sister from the age of 7, and she's 23 now, and so can't nobody tell me that ain't my baby.
I know
Okay,
that's right. Yep.
that's my baby. And you raised your sisters, your sister and brothers, to, like they were your own.
Yep.
And that was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot. And so I commend you.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I hope that someone is out here, or this video goes, almost viral, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
to connect with someone that has hope. I hope your sister see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Angela says her older sister raised her. Wow. Wow. So, it's like I'm gonna have a show, an actual series, and the show will be called Parents. Okay, Lorraine, I'm having a brain block. But the show will be about parents. Where did we go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And how old is your mother?
She is 63.
Okay. So, there are different age groups. You kind of look at that 50 to 60, 60 to 70,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, 40 to 50, those groups. And we look at, my mother had 6 kids and she worked a lot. Wow. Wow. And so, one of the things is like, we got to pay attention to our parenting, generational
Mm-hmm.
parenting. Nobody is a perfect parent. But yet now, and even speaking in terms, oh Lord, it's in my battery low. I gotta find the charger. Hold on, y'all. Devil, you're alive. I got to find the charger, y'all, to this thing. I must got the wrong thing plugged up, because I got so much plugged up around here. I can't find the charger. Okay, well, maybe this is it. I don't know what that is plugged up. Y'all just bear with me. And this will not be edited. Okay, that's not it right there. This will not be edited because I don't do editing. But y'all hold on real quick so I can find this charger. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's showing an X. I don't know why it's out. This is the charger. Hold on.
I'm not sure if you guys are still on. I guess her battery died. We'll hang on for a little bit more, guys. Thank you guys for joining. I can't see who's all watching.
Okay, can you hear me? Boy, somebody really needed this. Can you hear me, Juntyna?
I can hear you.
Okay, I need to do something. Hey, y'all, don't leave us. Yes, Angela, hilarious. Okay, what's going on with my mic? Because y'all can hear me, but I can't hear you. Say something, Juntyna.
Can you hear me? You hear me? Can you hear me? You hear
Okay,
me,
wait one
Juntyna?
second. I don't know. Mic volume. Y'all hang on there with me today. See, we gonna get a call that a sibling was found.
Yes.
Let's see here. But I cannot figure out why I can't hear.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you. I can see you though. Hilarious. Y'all, I don't know what's going on, but StreamYard, I'm gonna get you. And I don't know what. I guess I had the wrong plug on my computer. And we're still live. If somebody can help me. Juntyna, can you go out and click yourself back in? Maybe that'll help. Hey y'all, we having some technical difficulties. Thought I had my computer plugged up, but evidently it was the wrong plug. Don't know what is going on. But we're gonna get back to this conversation. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay, I see you, Juntyna. I'm gonna add you to the stream. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. You hear me? You still can't hear me?
I don't know what kick from studio is. I don't know. I'm going to try to go back in on my computer. It says something went wrong. Try again. Okay. Let me get through this. Jatan.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. You're Y'all, I guess that was our intermission for today. Because at 8:30 I take an intermission. But hey, we are not defeated. Do you hear me? Thank you all for who stayed in while we were having technical difficulties. I think we're back now. And of course, I didn't write down where we were, except for we have a resilient sister here. Okay. So if you didn't get a chance to hear her story, rewind. Okay. Rewind. Do you remember the last thing I asked? You got as much baby brain as me.
Girl.
We're gonna do a part two on this one though. But yeah, what I know one of the things we were saying in terms of we've gone over your trauma history. We were talking about also how you survived. All right. What were some of those things? I know we can go back to that. What were some things or someone who helped push you along the way?
So, although I had that rough childhood, I was brought up in the church. I was brought up in the church, in the Word of God.
Mm-hmm.
And even as a child, God was sustaining me. And God was placing people in my life strategically along the way.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really say it was a specific one person, but
Mm-hmm.
at each age point, it was somebody
Mm-hmm.
that was there to help or
Mm-hmm.
there to, to help.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've always been, I guess, different where, I think we talked about it where I was 18 years old, and my friends was 28, 38 years old. You, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Deborah, you know, um, Pastor Brooks, like, man, I was never, I was always beyond my years because I was forced to, mature early. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I believe it was just being brought up in the church and God just strategically placing people like you, Pastor Brooks, Miss Deborah, um, in my life because I didn't have really a mother figure, but he replaced, that with
With a whole bunch of other women.
yes, yep, Miss Brooks, like yeah. So yeah, I think it was a combination of all of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things that we learned about trauma is that in order to be resilient, one of the ways, a major way of being resilient outside of God, because God sends people, is that um, you need adult figures, mentors to help pull you through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of people who don't make it is because they never, ever came into contact with someone that will help pull them out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Even to just, I never even know you to ask for anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you did, I don't remember. I just don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you needed stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you did. I just, again, I always looked at you as being this
Mm-hmm.
warrior, you know.
Yep.
And so thank God for those people who came into your life to help, at least also let you see that there's hope to be able to be somebody, you know what I'm saying, and do something. So instead of us taking a commercial, since we had that big old catastrophe of technical issues, let's get into the real good part. And that part is for me telling us about your resilience story. Like I know you said you graduated from high school, you went to college. What did you do after college besides take care of kids?
I mean, I felt like since I was the oldest and um we didn't have a good role model, I felt like I had to be that role model. So failure was not an option. And I think that was the thing that also helped motivate me to encourage me to it's like you can't fail because these kids are
Need
looking
you.
at you. They
Yeah.
are relying on you and they need you. And so I was the first one to graduate from college with my bachelor's degree. I have a degree in accounting, and I ended up working for the government as an auditor for 15 years. And of course, I was still helping out all my siblings. I brought a few of them up here to Ohio with me to, afford them an opportunity to, complete high school and college, and let them know the sky is not the limit. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Once you get to an age where you can, start making your own decisions, you can make better choices.
Right, right. And that you did. And what else you got going on?
So I ended up losing my job a
Oh,
few
what?
years ago in December of 2018. I ended up losing my job,
Mm.
and it's so weird because I feel like every time something traumatic happened, because that was traumatic to me,
Yeah,
I was
you've been at
making
that
like almost
job
over six figures. Yeah.
almost your whole life.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, Father God, I mean, I've gone through a lot, so this just got to mean you have something better for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, I do, and it's not getting another job. And I was like, well, I'm going to pay my bills, Lord.
Right, right.
He said, you are going to start your own business. And I said, well, what I'm going to be doing? Look, we was having a whole conversation.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so he was like, you've always wanted to do real estate. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go back to school. So I was trying to do other stuff besides real estate. He was like Xing it out before I even got started. I was like,
Mm.
okay, Lord. So then I said, okay, Father God, we got this. You said this was supposed to do. I took the 3-week course, passed the exam the first time around,
Wow.
and in May it'll be 3 years. I've sold over 80 homes and maybe 15 million in sales, and I'm still
Mm.
considered a newer agent. Like he
Wow.
showed me, like I told you, this is what you're supposed to be doing, and my business is just expanding. Like he's had my back every step of the way.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, we're gonna, if you're in the Ohio area, I don't know if you go outside the Ohio area.
Now I'm
Visit.
only licensed in Ohio, but they can get a copy of my book, and I'm always
Do you have it? Do you have it where you can put it up?
uh mm, not that many. I have a bunch of copies. They upstairs though.
Okay, okay, okay. I know I do the same thing with mine. But check out her Facebook page. You see her name down here, Juntyna. Look, we call it Juntyna too. We used to always say it was spelled Juntyna. I don't know how Mama got your son out of that, but Juntyna Goodrum. It's Juntyna Goodrum. Now check out her Facebook page to get more information. Are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
J Good Homes on Instagram.
Okay. J Good Homes on Instagram. And I'm going to put all this stuff in the chat. And so go back, watch the video. I mean, this woman is a walking miracle, okay? Because things could have turned out a different way, but God, but God. And
But
so I'm just glad, y'all. This is just a little piece of the story. We give the quick versions, you know what I'm saying? And it sounds like, and maybe to some that's going through, they understand it's not such a quick version, but at the end of the day, I'm proud of you.
thank you so
I'm
very
so
much.
proud of you. And you know what? Keep living because it's always something. You got over that. Let me tell you, every time, just like with this job, they say, look, what? You like, Lord, what? What? And the thing is, he has taken care of you thus far. Okay. The word
Yes.
says he will never leave you nor forsake you. And you have to keep repeating. So as long as you're living, you know, I want to ask you this question in terms of your parenting skills. How does your past or past traumas affect your parenting skills now?
So it definitely affects my parenting skills, and I always question myself if I'm ruining my son. Like, can you spoil him too much? Can you love on him too much? Because that's one thing I didn't get and I wanted. So for my son, it's like I feel like everything I didn't get, I tell him I love him every single day. I
Mm-hmm.
give him whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? Like I kiss on him, and it's like am I ruining him? But you know what? I also discipline him too. So
Mm-hmm.
when he's not doing what I want to do, I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I mean, he did get one spanking, but I take things away, and so I feel like because of that, I pour all I got, and that's probably why I only got one into
Mm-hmm.
this one kid. Um, he knows it. He knows
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it.
Now,
One thing. Go ahead.
huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the things that people would not know about you after hearing your story of having a mother dealing with substance abuse, all your 9 siblings, everybody except for you ended up in um, other people's homes. Even though you did end up in somebody else's home, it was still a relative. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And do you ever, and this just coming to me right now, do you ever, or at that time, now they call it survivor's remorse? You stuck. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Do you think you probably dealt with that because everybody else was so in the system that you wasn't the one, you were the one that wasn't like in the system, that you had that survivor's remorse type thing? So I need to be there for them. Do you think that?
Um, I didn't look at it that way,
Mm,
but that could be why I was like, I need to be that person for them
mm,
because they didn't have a fair chance.
mm,
My one other brother, he did live with um his father was killed, and so with his um grandparents, and he works for the IRS now, and he has 2 master's degrees, so he's also doing well. So when I look at us two that was in stable environments and how we are successful,
mm,
and my other siblings are successful, they just didn't go to college and all that other
mm.
stuff. I mean, we all work, we all take care of our kids, we all try to give our kids a
Do all of
different
them
life.
have kids now? Wow.
Well, I was the last one.
Well, I was too, out of my family, out of everybody. I mean, my sister got 2 grown kids and a 13-year-old. My niece, shout out to Nia. Today is her 25th birthday. Okay. Yeah, Nia is 25. Can you believe it?
No.
Also, it's like I was the last one too. And I know that was due to my traumas because I wasn't getting married and I wasn't having no children. And when I had this one, I was like, oh, that's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah. So if you're out there, you have questions, please, please, please hit us up, put it in the comment.
Let me say one more thing, love, before we end.
No, we're not in. Okay, go ahead.
So we talked about the trauma with my
Yeah.
mom.
No. I wanna get to your mom's situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that where you were going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I was waiting on that. I look at my clock. I was like, but yeah, I did not want to end this without first some questions. If you have any comments, again, hit us up on Messenger individually if you need help. If you need counseling too, and we're gonna get into that. Did you ever have counseling? Have you had counseling? You
So not
okay?
for that trauma. It was always relationship counseling because um I've learned that I suffer from codependency, which I had no idea what that was. And that's probably was also due to the trauma. So no counseling for the trauma, but kind of sort of because it was more
Yeah,
for
if
me.
you had counseling and it was couples therapy, I'm sure at some point, again, like you said, you realized it was because of codependency, all your marriages. You know what I'm saying? And so for those who've been
Mm-hmm,
married
mm-hmm.
more than once, get some counseling. Because there
Get some
is something
counseling. Yep.
to, outside of the person just being bad. It's like everybody has some type of issues they need to get through. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some people need to get through those issues and they didn't get through. Like for instance, you're pressing in this marriage right here because you recognize, man, I had some issues in these other marriages that had to deal with you. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so you can't reckon you so concentrating on the other person's issues, but then you got to look at your own,
Mm-hmm.
first. Okay. And I
Yeah.
would tell anybody, get marriage counseling before, real marriage counseling before you get married, and then get some counseling while you in the marriage.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So because you learn a lot in counseling. All right. So yeah, I want to ask you if you had ever gotten counseling, but then I'm going to tell you, since you say you haven't, just really stayed in there with it, get it. Because
Mm-hmm.
now this is the beginning of you telling your story.
Yep.
It's no coincidence that I called you and you said a lady the day before just said, man, you are so what did she tell you? What did the lady tell you about she didn't know your story, and she was saying that you were so strong and always
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And so it's no
Didn't believe it.
coincidence. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And you say you 38. I think I started feeling when I got Mariah at 37, it was like to be and I know, when I think about I got Raya at 37, that means I was 30 when she was born. Okay. And that was difficult for me mentally. For
Mm-hmm.
you to have 6 kids, and you've been taking care of them since really between the ages of 12 to 13. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Trying to
Mm-hmm.
hold on to what you knew was you all's. Also, outside of you having a great career, you know, I noticed that you post your mother a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
The weirdest thing, me and my mom have a great relationship now.
Hallelujah.
Um, my aunt who raised me, she got really sick and she came up here to live with me, and that's how my mom ended up in Ohio with me. And so she was there to help my aunt. And
Mm,
so I live out here, kind of like you, in a country where there is no access to drugs, there's no access to
mm,
alcohol unless I take you.
mm,
So it was kind of like forcing her to get clean.
mm,
So
mm.
every now and then I'll let her get have a drink here and there, whatever, but
Yeah.
nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Then when I end up having a baby, she was at every appointment.
Wow.
Low, she was there for the
Wow. I
deliveries.
got chills on my
I mean,
baby. Wow.
I would not be able to sell all these houses and like
Mm,
go to school if not for her.
wow.
She cook and clean and bathe and hang up his clothes. I mean, they are like this.
Two peas in a pod.
It's like she got a second chance at
Wow.
being a mom.
Wow.
And we have the absolute best relationship now.
Wow. 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 That's
So I
awesome.
mean, it can happen.
It can happen. It can happen. Y'all, I told y'all these stories get deep at the end. You know what I'm saying? We be wooing on and on at the trauma, but this story of just knowing that you took care of 6 of her kids, not knowing that she would be taking care of your
Mhm.
one.
I'm telling you.
And I'm sure one is almost as equivalent as
He's
6.
like 5, so yeah, so we even.
See, I got one, and at 50, it's like, why didn't I do this earlier? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, yeah, I think that is so awesome when I see you post pictures and everything. I'm like, wow, and it just shows your heart. You
Mhm.
know, um, we can't judge people. We don't know what your mother went through.
Mhm.
Just knowing that she was not one of the 9 kids her mama had. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And does she even know her father?
Nope.
Okay, so look at her trauma. Her trauma went over into the next
Mhm.
generation.
Yep. Man.
Repeating cycles. And so a lot of people get mad at their parents, mad at their siblings, mad at whoever took care of them because of you should have done better. You should have done better. But not looking at the fact that your trauma had to come from their trauma.
Mm-hmm. And that's what helped me too. God said you have to accept her as she is and let me work
Yeah,
on her.
yeah.
Your job is to continue to love her. And at times, Chloe, it was hard.
I'm sure. I'm sure. But God, and you
But
did.
God.
Yep.
But
And
God.
then she's there returning the favor unconsciously, not just because, um, yeah, not just because you provided a place for her. She's doing it willingly, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Now, do you all ever have conversations about the past or what have you?
Ever so often, and it's only if she had one too many drinks,
Mm,
she'll look and say, "Do you still hate me? Or are you still mad at me?" And I'm like, "Mom, nobody's thinking about that anymore." I said, "But you do need to get help. Like, we are all grown. We have, forgiven, and we have our own kids now. But it's only when she's in that state where she's, I guess had been drinking a little bit.
mm-hmm,
Does it come up? And
mm-hmm.
I kind of bring it up to her when
You know what? I think that comes out of the drink, maybe brings a little boldness to have the conversation, because it's harder to accept when I don't have that. You know what I'm saying? But I
Mhm.
want to get this out. I want to talk about it. But you know how they say some, in some cases alcohol make people be like, yeah, I can talk, I get bold. And then
Yep.
some people, like, I know I like, I need to chill, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? But some people, it's
Mhm.
like, hey, they can get on the phone for hours. They can talk. They look. Let me tell you, I'm sorry for everything I know.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But hey, whichever way, though that not
Mm.
just in talking, but in action,
Yep.
that she's sorry. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And again, God has forgiven us over and over and over
Over
and
and
over
over.
and over and over and over and over again.
Yep.
How could we not?
How can we not? Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
And so, yeah. But I have enjoyed. I can't believe we still gonna get off at 9, because I'm just like, okay, it's so much that I want to ask, and so much that I want to ask. But I appreciate you. I am so proud of you.
Thank you so
I
much.
am so
Appreciate you.
proud. Even though we don't communicate a lot, every now and then something to pop up, and I've been knowing what you're doing, and I'm proud. Even though I ain't gonna sit up there and hit the thing, because I'm one of them. I'm a stroller, really. Anybody know me? Know I don't get on unless I'm going to do a conversation, and I'm
Uh-huh.
obedient about the conversations because the Lord said get on. Okay,
I hear you.
but I feel like if this is the way I can help someone in this season, this is what I'm gonna do.
Absolutely. I love
Okay.
it.
And yeah, this is the way I show my faith. This is the way I'm gonna show evangelism. You know what I'm saying? This is just me. This is just the way that I want to be able to help somebody else. So, I know for those who are gonna watch the rebroadcast, I am asking that you share this with someone big time, especially someone that has grown up without their biological parents.
Yes,
And
and please have them to reach out to me. Please
yes,
have them to reach out to me.
yes, yes. I tell people all the time, as long as you have someone that you can talk to, that you can trust, that's like going to the counselor.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a counselor until I lost my best friend, Valerie. And that was 2 years ago, because I was one, I'm a counselor. Two, I'm always centered around people that my circle, I can talk to the people. You know what I'm saying? I can let my feelings show. Everybody know Lo ain't just always strong. My
Hmm.
circle, at least my circle know low breakdown, but probably out of the crew they be like, oh, that girl is a beast. Yeah, I'm a beast, all right. And I've been really a sucker since I had my baby.
Ooh, me too.
It's like he brought out a different emotion.
My
Okay.
God.
So I cry, happy, sad, it don't matter. Sick, healthy, I cry. I get it out though. I feel okay after I cry. I don't care what nobody say, but I will um add Jatan's information to this live. For some reason, when I got cut off, your flyer and all that, I don't see it, but we will put all of Jatan's information. Again, if you are in the Ohio area and you are looking for a realtor, please call her, get her book. Tell us the name of the book again.
It's J Good's Guide to Home Ownership.
Home ownership. I'm a homeowner, so hey.
Huh? That's right. Yes.
So, hey, y'all, ain't nothing like it. I'm telling you, and rent now is
Oh my God. You in the book I say, if you're paying rent, you're already paying a mortgage, just not your own, several times.
several times. Okay, several times because rent we get more. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We get the mortgage plus some.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah. So call her, find out, get some information. I got a question too offline. So when I cut this off, you stay on.
I got you.
Y'all, we keep it real. These are conversations that we are having with SimLoH Dynasty Inc. Again, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our goal is to bring awareness to ACEs, which is trauma that a child has received. How many of us have been a child? We have children, okay? This is we bring awareness to ACEs, which is trauma that children receive between the ages of 0 to 18, and we are asking you to partner with us. I am also asking that you visit our website, and not just our website. I wanted to share something with you all. If you see down here on the bottom, if you don't think you got ACEs, take this ACEs test. Okay, it's American spcc.org. Take the ACEs quiz. All right. We all deal with some type of ACEs. All right. It's just about the levels of ACEs. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Anything over 4, you need help. Hey, and don't be ashamed. We all need help. Okay.
Yeah.
Visit SimLoH Dynasty. We have scholarships available. We doing a lot, y'all. We need also people to partner with us. We need counselors. We need volunteers. We need you. This summer, I will be working so hard, getting out into the field more. I will be doing these videos still because we have learned that social media works. We're getting the word out. I am grateful to have been obedient to even start this, you all. People have
Yeah.
contacted me from all over to have the conversation about ACEs. Some people say, I didn't know I had ACEs. That's what they say. My whole family crazy. I'm using that loosely, but yeah, yeah. They like ACEs. I've never heard of ACEs. And y'all, ACEs been around. When you Google ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, this is a CDC issue. Okay. Go on the CDC website. We talking about COVID. Look up some books. My child actually just sent me a book, and I'm gonna read this, and then we gonna get on off this show. But somebody might need this book. Let me see here. Let me look. My child is Mariah. Yes, and she just sent me a book on ACEs. I gotta type the name in, and I just think this is a book y'all should get. Let's see here. Oh, she sent me a cut. Whoa! I'm just gonna read these titles, y'all. It didn't start with you. How inherited family trauma shapes who we are and how to end the cycle by Mark Wolyn, Wolyn. It didn't start with you. The trauma.
That's
Did you just say that?
my God.
It didn't start with you.
I'm writing this down right
Well,
now.
we look. It started with that family tree. Here's another book she sent me, and I didn't even see all these books, so it's meant for me to say this. Another book she sent me was called "Poisonous Parenting."
Woo.
Toxic relationships between parents and their adults. Oh my God. Y'all, didn't I tell you? I got to read this before I get on here because I just told y'all that we were going to do a parenting series.
Yep.
Now, my book is Get Out. Train your children to leave the nest. But these topics that we're going to be talking about is just like this poisonous parenting. We got too many parents don't think they've been poisoning their children. All right, here's another book that she said. Let me look because I don't want it. Oh wow, let me see what this says. It says mothers who can't love, a healing guide for daughters.
Ooh.
Now, when I tell you these topics, my child sent me Mariah. Now that's no coincidence because she's getting her master's in counseling right now. And of course, she's a child who has a biological mother who is right in Chicago with her. But look what book she's reading and studying. She's gonna be helped. You know what I'm saying? And that trauma, like you say, you may not, like you said, you didn't even notice the trauma until later. Like, oh, you start putting 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You start putting that stuff 2 and 2 together. And she's now an adult. And so, she calls with questions. Because she never paid attention to it then because, she realized I'm being taken care of. But now she's at a state where her mother is still here, and it's like, I got questions. So, yeah, but we can go on and on and on about this stuff to the break. Yes. Okay. But again, go back, rewind, get the title of those books. Y'all, even if you don't read, I'm not a big reader, but I thank God for Audible. I know there's a free book website somewhere. My book ain't on there. It's not free. So y'all got to buy Get Out, Train Your Children to Leave the Nest. Juntyna book not free either. All right. So you want to know about, getting you some homes. Get that book. All right. Love you all. Love you, Juntyna. Thank you so much for having me. I pray and pray. I pray that you find your other siblings or they find you. Mm-hmm. I know it will happen in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
And so I pray that if anybody know these kids, or like I say, reach out to Juntyna. Reach out to her, even if she hadn't said the name publicly, but reach out to her. The sister, brother, whoever might be watching.
Yep.
And you don't even know. Just a coincidence. But we believe God.
We believe God.
All right.
I love you.
I love you. Thank you so much. And thank you all. Visit our website. Please, please, please. SimLoH Dynasty.org. Have a great night.
Good night.